Yogi Tae, whatever floats your boat or tickles your fancy. And today we're going to be doing a 30-minute vinyasa. This is for beginners to intermediate. Meeting you on the mat with your blocks, with your blankets, whatever you want to make your yoga practice your yoga practice. So we're going to begin in a seated position, crossed legs on your mat. Sitting tall, chest out proud. Try to drop your chin to your chest just a little and hands at heart center. We're going to practice something called Ujjayi breathing. You're going to constrict your throat like you're breathing through a straw, and slow rhythmic breaths in and out through your nose, mimicking the sound of the ocean. You're going to do that the entire practice. So open your eyes. First, we're going to start with our left hand on our belly. Bring your right hand to your head and pull your head down to the right shoulder. Slow rhythmic breathing in and out through your nose. You should feel this stretch in your neck and in your back. And switch sides. Right arm to belly, left hand to head. Pull down to your left side this time. And release it. Going to do a couple of shoulder rolls. So lift your shoulders all the way to your ears, back and down. Do this a few times, maybe about 5 times. So one more, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction. So you're going to lift your shoulders towards your ears and come forward this time. Up, down, and around. Now we're going to make our way to all 4. We're going to start with a couple of cat-cows. So on your inhale, I want you to release your belly to the mat. Press down through your hands and look up. Exhale, try to let all that air out of your belly, gazing at your belly button. And inhale, again, lift your head. We're being very intentional in these easy poses. Exhale, release it all out. Inhale, again, lift your head, pressing down through those arms, through those knees and feet that are on the mat. And again. Inhale, lifting that head. Now you're going to come back to neutral. Lifting that left hand out in front of you, you're going to find a spot to gaze at, and then lifting your right leg out behind you and extend both extremities in opposite directions, pressing down through that right arm, pressing down through that that left leg, lifting up, stretching out. Reach back and grab the inside of that foot and lift up, pressing down through that arm that's still on the mat, pressing down through that leg that's still on the mat, and lifting up with the other 2 extremities. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Sit it down. I'm going to switch sides. So this time, lift your right arm in the air and find that spot that you're looking at. It's called your dristi. And lift that left leg out behind you, stretching in both directions. Your dristi is going to help you maintain your focus, also your Ujjayi breathing. Reach back and grab the outside of that foot and lift up. Slow rhythmic breathing in and out through your nose. And release it. Now spread your knees out on your mat, toes together. Try to sit on your heels. Put your chest on your mat, hands out in front of you. Sit your forehead down. I like to take this time to set an intention for myself, maybe for my practice or my day. or my week. Slow, rhythmic breathing. Now lift your right hand in the air. Try to gaze at that palm. And thread your needle, come down onto your right shoulder and your right ear. You're breathing in deep through your nose. You're exhaling through your nose. And back to neutral or center. This time lift the left hand in the air, gazing at that palm. And thread your needle, come down onto your left shoulder and left ear. Deep rhythmic breathing. And release it. Back to neutral. Coming up onto your toes and your hands, you're going to do your first downward dog of the day. And it's okay if your heels do not touch the mat. Where you are is wherever you're supposed to be. Just press down through those heels. Fingertips spread wide. Press down through each knuckle. Try to turn those elbows towards the wall in front of you. Squeeze that belly button all the way into the spine and try to gaze at your belly button. So your drishti is at your belly button in this position. And of course, we're deep breathing in and out through our nose. Lift that right leg. Bring it all the way down to that right elbow. Try to do this kind of slow. Inhale it back into the air. And exhale back down to your nose. Inhale into the air. Exhale down to the opposite elbow. Inhale it into the air and sit it down. Now you're going to switch sides. Gain your composure and inhale that left leg in the air. Bring it down to the left elbow. Inhale it back into the air. Exhale to your nose. Inhale. Exhale to opposite elbow. Inhale. Exhale it down. Inhale that right leg in the air. Bring it all the way down in between your hands. Sit that left knee down. Release your toes and inhale your hands above your head. Try to gaze in between your fingertips, reaching high and tall. Straighten that front knee out. Come down on both sides and center yourself. Bend that front knee, come up onto the toes, send that foot back to meet the other one. Lower yourself halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Slow rhythmic breathing. Now inhale that left leg into the air, bring it all the way down, come in between those hands and lower that right knee down, release your feet. Inhale your hands above your head, shifting your gaze right between your fingertips. Inhale and exhale over that knee. Try to put your forehead on your knee. Might not happen, but that's what we're trying to do. Bending that knee, coming onto the toes. Send that foot back to meet the other, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can always come into your downward facing dog from your knees. Push yourself up, especially if you're a beginner, or you can always just push yourself into downward facing dog. Pressing down through those heels, squeeze that belly button in, pressing down through each knuckle. Deep, slow, rhythmic breathing. Now we're going to take steps all the way to the front of your mat, however many you need to get there. And once we're there, we're going to come up to a flat back on your inhale. So inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, fold and dig in this time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to chest. You're going to step back with your left leg and lower yourself all the way down, hands to the mat. Attempt to put the crown of your head on your mat. Bend your elbows. Press down through the outsides of your feet, squeezing your belly button in, and deep rhythmic breathing in and out through your nose. Inhale yourself halfway up, all the way up. Put your hands on your waist. And exhale back down. This time, try to touch your elbows towards each other in the back. Again, attempting to put the crown of your head on your mat, pressing down through the outsides of your feet. Inhale all the way up. Extend your hands out as a star. Clasp them behind you. Inhale, reach back, and exhale, forward fold. Once you're down, release your hands away from your back. Again, attempting to put the crown of your head on your mat. On your inhale, release your arms back to your back and lift your body all the way back up, looking up. Inhale. Exhale your hands out to a star, back to your waist. And again, forward fold. Grab your toes with your peace fingers. Inhale and exhale. This time, square your elbows away from each other. Again, attempting to put the crown of your head on your mat. Slow, rhythmic breathing in and out through your nose. Hands to your mat. Turn your left knee now to face the front of your mat. Right over your ankle. Left knee right over ankle. Right foot lined up with the edge of your mat. Reach underneath that arm and grab behind your back. You don't have to take this bind, but if you do, look up, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Look down and prepare yourself to turn to the back of your mat. Now you're going to bend over your right knee. Take that right arm, come underneath that right thigh. Reach back with your left arm, grab that hand, look up, inhale. Release your hands to the mat, come back to the front of your mat. Hands on either side of your feet. Send that foot back to meet the other. Lower yourself halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg in the air. Bring it all the way down. Square that leg up with the front edge of your mat. Come all the way down on your left leg. Stretching your hands out in front of you. If this is difficult, you can always come up onto your elbows. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Do not rush it. Let gravity take you there. And it might take some time. That's fine. Practice every day. Lift yourself up. Send that foot back to meet the other one. And you're back into downward facing dog. This time, lift that left leg, bring it all the way down, and line it up with the short edge of your mat. Come down on your right leg, stretching yourself out. Take some adjustment. Hands out in front of you, forehead to the mat. Of course, again, you can be on your elbows if this is difficult for you. But you are deep breathing in and out through your nose. Assisting yourself up, send that foot back to meet the other one. Lower yourself halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now you're going to bring that right leg behind the left, cross the left behind the right, and sit down. Once you're down there, shine those toes towards the sky. Sit your hands right beside your body. Put your chin on your chest, and you're going to deep breathe in and out through your nose. Release that, come down, grab your toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, straighten your back. Exhale, fold over. And stay here for about 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Back up. This time put your hands behind you. Now you can come onto the palm sides of your feet and lift yourself up for this one. Or you can put your heels together, toes together, and try to attempt to put your toes on the floor, lifting all the way up, squeezing that belly button all the way into the spine. Deep breathing in and out through your nose. This pose is a lot more difficult than it looks, but it's beautiful. Release yourself back down slowly. This time we're going to inhale, grab your toes with, we're going to grab underneath our feet, and we're going to stay here for a little while. This is just a little bit deeper. So inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And release it. You're going to bring your right knee all the way in. You're going to take your left arm, wrap it around that right knee, reach back with your right hand, and lift yourself slightly. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring that arm all the way on the outside of that knee to enhance your twist. You're inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Release it. And switch sides. This time you're going to bring that left knee all the way in, wrap it with that right arm, reach back with that left hand. If you want to go further, come on the outside of that knee. Slow rhythmic breathing. And release it. Again, bring that right knee all the way in. This time, right hand, come down, grab the left toes. You can stay here if you want to take a bind. Wrap that arm around that bent knee, come back and grab your hands together. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. Slow, rhythmic breathing. Ujjayi breathing keeps you focused in this pose. Gives you something else to focus on. And release it. Switch sides. Bring that left knee in. Left arm, come down, grab your right toes, or send that left arm around that left knee. Reach back with your right arm and grab your fingers or wrist, whatever you can grab. Inhale and exhale. And release it. You're going to come to the edge of your behind. You're going to do a couple of bow poses, toes to the mat. Squeeze your arms towards your thighs. Then release your feet off of the mat. This is where we're going to start. Going to do about 3 of these. Slow rhythmic breathing keeps you focused. And find a spot to look at. Lift up. Sit yourself back down. You're going to do this 2 more times. Toes to the mat. And lift up. If you can extend all the way, go for it. It's okay to fall. Just regain your composure. Lift up. And 1 more. Toes to the mat. Hands out at your sides and extend. Release it all the way down to the mat and lay all the way back. You're going to bring your feet as close as you can to your thighs and your behind. Sit them flat on the mat, palms on the mat. Take your hands, frame your heels, and we're going to lift up into a bridge. So on your inhale, lift all the way up slowly. Attempt to keep your knees tight together like you have something small in between them, either a book, small apple, or orange. You're inhaling and exhaling through your nose, squeezing that belly button all the way into the spine, and release it. This time, cactus arms lift all the way up, or you might clasp your arms behind your back. Either way, lift all the way up. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And release it down. Now, if will is a part of your practice, take your hands and place them in front of each shoulders, right next to your ears, if will is a part of your practice. If not, you can also do another bridge. But if it's a part of your practice, on your own, on your inhale, you're going to lift yourself up. Push through those hands and those feet, pushing yourself to the ceiling. Maybe push yourself towards the wall that you can see. Squeezing your belly button all the way in and deep breathing in and out through your nose. Then you're going to lower yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time. Once you're down there, bring your knees all the way in and give them a nice squeeze. Roll around on your back. Now we're going to do a shoulder stand or an elbow stand, whichever one. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. Extend your legs above you, squeezing all of those muscles in the air and that belly button. Keep your legs straight, lower them down behind your head. Try to make your toes touch the floor behind you. Once they do, bend each knee in on the sides of your head and try to squeeze your ears. I'm squeezing my temples. Again, wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. And then guide yourself down with your hands. Once you're on the floor again, roll around and massage your back with the earth once more. And then grab the outsides of your feet for happy baby, pulling your knees down to the earth, getting a deep stretch in your hips. Maybe stretch one leg at a time, moving just like a little happy baby. Put your knees together and roll to your left side. Stretch your arms out to a T and look over your right shoulder. We're still Ujjayi breathing, so slow rhythmic breathing in and out through your nose. Scoot yourself back up to center and swing your knees over to your right side. Your arms are still out at a T. Look over your left shoulder. And find your way back to center on your mat. Let your feet dangle to both sides, palms of your hands towards the ceiling. Get comfortable. This is your last position of the day. This is Shavasana. Do not skip Shavasana. This is an important position. Find normal breathing in this position, so you might have to take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take this time to be grateful for your body. Say a little thank you for where you've been and where you're going. Think about that intention that you set for your day, for your practice, for your week. Whatever thoughts come, let them come, but also let them go. In this position, you should not be focused on anything. Just sit here and release. Now you can begin to move around on your mat. Wiggle your fingers. Assist yourself to one side. And push yourself back up to your seated position. Cross your legs in front of you. Again, hands at heart center, sitting tall. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.